Hey there, my name is Wesley Schultz and I play and sing in the Lumineers. I'm sad that the Bluebird Music Festival isn't happening in person this year, but I'm happy to participate in it in this way, and I hope it raises some money for the Future Arts Foundation, which, if you don't know, they supply musical instruments to many schools and also give the children of first responders and teachers free art opportunities. So this is called Strings and Stories. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about a couple songs and play them for you. The first one I'm going to play is it's actually the first song on our first album, the self-titled album. And we were in the midst of, Jared and I were writing a lot and playing in New York City a lot, but it didn't seem like we had found what was our sound. We were, I think, imitating a lot. And then whenever I was warming up on guitar, I would always kind of do this strum pattern. It was sort of like... So I'd always be doing that for hours and hours. If I wasn't thinking, it would just be twiddling around on the guitar. And eventually it turned into this song, Flowers in Your Hair. And the song is sort of a free-form, lyrically, it's sort of free-form or stream of consciousness, but I had just lost my dad, and if you listen to our music at all, there are some themes running through it, and one of them for me is my dad and the loss of, when I lost him, it just had a big impact on my life, and it still is something I think about often. It was in 2007. So the hook in this song is be in my eyes, be in my heart. I wanted him to live on through us. And so this is called Flowers in Your Hair. And this is sort of, I remember sending the voice memo of this song to Jer, and there was a siren, a sort of beeping going on in the background, because I was living in Brooklyn and there was always a lot of sound in the background. And we tried to mimic that in the recording. But anyway, here it goes, Flowers in Your Hair. When we were younger, we thought everyone was on our side, and we grew a little and romanticized the time I saw flowers in your hair. 'Cause it takes a boy to live, it takes a man to pretend he was there. So then we grew a little and knew a lot, and how we demonstrated it to the cops, and all the things we said. We were self-assured, 'cause it's a long road to wisdom, it's a short one to being ignored. So be in my eyes, be in my heart, be in my eyes, aye, be in my heart. So now I think that I can love you back, and I hope it's not too late, 'cause you're so attractive. And the way you move, I won't close my eyes. Oh, it takes a man to live, but it takes a woman to make him compromise. Be in my eyes, be in my heart, be in my eyes, aye, be in my heart. Yeah, as I was playing that, I was thinking about the fact that there's a line in there, it says, it's a long road to wisdom, but it's a short one to being ignored. And I think that I was almost trying to tell myself that you need to be patient and you'll get there. And feels a little prophetic now or something, but I really love that song. And that's a song that sort of got us going on the path to the first album. It was the first song we wrote, and a lot followed from there that were now cohesive. So a lot of love for Flowers in Your Hair. Let's do a This next song, is called Cleopatra, and so originally I had this. I just had this line of Cleopatra. I didn't really have anything else to the song. I just knew it was I was Cleopatra, and then I had nothing for a long, long time. And eventually I met this friend of a friend. It was in the Republic of Georgia, so next to Russia. My wife's best friend happens to be from there originally, and she's moved back there. So we've been there and visited this place, but there was a taxi driver, and she had this just amazing love story where when she was probably 15 or 16, and in Georgia you don't have sex until you're married, so a lot of people get married young for religious purposes. And so she had just lost her father, and this boyfriend of hers at the time that she was madly in love with proposed to her in the midst of all this mourning and grieving of her father, over her father. So she said she was laying down in a bed. He came in and asked for her hand in marriage, and she was 16, and she had nothing to say back. She was hollowed out from the death of her father. And so she said nothing, and he left, and it had been raining that day. And so he had tracked in all this mud across the floor, across the rug. And they lived in a very small town, and he left that town and never returned after this moment. And she kind of thought she would see him the next day or for sure again, and she never did. And that was, for her, the great love of her life walked out of the room. And she told our friend that she never washed these muddy footprints off of her rug. She left them there because she didn't want to let him go. And later on in the song, there's a line, the only gifts from my Lord were a birth and a divorce. And she said the two greatest days of her life were when she had her son and when she got divorced from the other guy that she ended up marrying that she wasn't very happy with. So this is called Cleopatra. Here we go. Oh, we gotta tune this bad boy up. It's a cranky guitar sometimes. Strings and stories. All right, here we go. I was Cleopatra, I was young and an actress, when you knelt by my mattress and asked for my hand. But I was sad that you asked it, as I laid in a black dress with my father in a casket. I had no plans. Yeah. And I left footprints, the mud stained on the carpet, and they hardened like my heart did when you left town. Oh, but I must admit that I would marry you in an instant. So damn your wife, I'd be your mistress just to have you around. But I was late for this, late for that, late for the love of my life. But when I die alone, when I die alone, when I die, I'll be on time. And while the church discouraged any lust that burned within me,
Yes, my flesh, it was my currency, but I held true. So I drive a taxi, and the traffic distracts me from the strangers in my backseat. They remind me of you. But I was late for this, late for that, late for the love of my life. When I die alone, when I die alone, I'll be on time. The only gifts from my Lord were birth and a divorce. But I've read this script in a costume fits, so I play my part. I was Cleopatra, I was taller than the rafters, but that's all in the past, love, gone with the wind. Now a nurse in white shoes leads me back to my guest room. It's a bedroom, and a place for the end. But I won't be late for this, late for that, late for the love of my life. When I die alone, when I die alone, when I die, I'll be on time.
Thank you guys. Take care.